Hey everyone, welcome back to the Whiteboard app series. In this video, we are diving into something really exciting, adaptive layout. We will explore what adaptive layouts are and how we can implement them in our Whiteboard app. Plus, we will do a little bit of code optimization after that. And as always, if this video gets 50 likes or 50 comments, I will drop the next part of this series. So let's get started. Alright, let's start with the basics. What exactly is an adaptive layout? Well, simply put, an adaptive layout adjusts itself based on the screen size and orientation. So, whether you are on a small phone, a large tablet, or even switching between portrait and landscape mode, the UI remains user friendly. Nothing gets cut off, stretched weirdly, or lost on the screen. Now you might be thinking, why do we need this? Can't we just design one fixed layout? That's a good question. But with so many different devices out there, each with its own screen size, resolution, and orientation, a static design just wouldn't cut in. It might look great on one device but break completely on another. Adaptive layouts solve that problem by automatically adjusting, giving users a consistent experience across the board. Believe it or not, we are already using some basic tools to help with adaptive layouts. For example, we have been wrapping our UI components in a box layout and using things like fill max size to make elements adjust to the available space. We have also been positioning components relative to the screen, like aligning things to the top center or bottom end. But to really nail adaptive layouts, we will create a class that helps us determine the size of the window and adjust the layout accordingly. This class breaks screen sizes into three categories. Compact, this is for small screens, usually phones in portrait mode. Medium, this covers medium sized screens like phones in landscape or tablets in portrait. Expanded, and this is for large screens like tablets in landscape or desktop. So in our project, first thing, let's go to our presentation package, and here let's create one more package with the name util. And here let's create one more file with the name screen size info. And here we will create an expect function to get the width and height of the available screen. So here let's first use this expect keyword with create a new function with the name remember screen size info, and this will return us the height and width. So here we can create a data class with the name screen size info, and we need the height in dp values and also the width, and this function will return us this class, and this will be a composable function. Now here first thing, why we are using this expect function, not actually getting the information of this screen size here. This is because getting the information like height and width of the available screen differs on the Android and the desktop platform. That's why we need to use this expect function. And next thing, why I am using this composable function, this I will explain you little bit later. First let's implement actual function of this. Press Alt Enter, add missing actual declaration, and we need declaration for both our platform. And here we have two more files. In our Android package, we have this presentation package and this util package in the same structure. And next we have this file. And let's go to our desktop main package. And somehow this is not creating the package for this desktop main. I will look into this later why it is not creating these files at the right place. I think this file is being generated in that build folder. Here we have this file. Let's just remove from here and go to our desktop main package, and here we can manually create this file. Create a new package with the name presentation.util, and in this package we need one file with the name screen size info.desktop.kt, and this file will be similar to this. And here we can import this composable annotation, and same with here. First let's implement this, and we have this local configuration dot current on the desktop, and here we can use our return keyword with remember, and let's return our screen size info data class with this information. In this remember we can use our config. Here the reason of using that composable annotation was because of this remember block. If we don't use this composable annotation, then this will give us the error, because this remember block can only be used inside the composable function. And the remember block we are using because if the configuration change, then only we need to get the screen size information. So with the help of this function, we can get the screen size information on the Android platform. Now we can close this, and let's implement this function on the desktop. Here first thing we need the density, and here next we will get this config local window information dot current dot container size. And to get the container size, we need to use this experimental annotation. So let's opt in, and now we can return with the remember block. And the key we will use density and config. If any of these change, then we need to get the new information. And we can use the screen size info. And this will be the implementation for the desktop platform. And now we can close this also. And we are in this common main package. And we have this expect function, but first let's use the class and then this function. Next thing, let's also create an enum class with the name UI type. Here we can keep three constants: compact, medium, and expanded. And let's create a function which will return the UI type according to the width. And this function will be on this screen size data class. And here we will use a when block, and we will check the width of the screen. And here we will keep the compact value if the width is in between this 0 and 600 dp, and import this dp value. And next we will keep this medium for the 600 and 840 dp. And for other than this we will use this expand. So this function will return us the UI type according to that width. Now let's go to our whiteboard screen, and here first thing let's use our screen size and import this function, and we will get the UI type with the help of that function we just created. So here what we are going to do in our box, for now we will just distinguish our screen size into two different categories with the help of this when block. And here first thing we will keep this compact, and next this else. So if our screen is compact, then we are going to use this code for screen render, and for every other screen we are going to use this block for screen rendering. let's use all this code in our compat block. And in the else block, what we are going to do first, use this drawing canvas. And next thing, in the non-compat screen, we need this top bar in the starting of the screen. So we will create another version of this top bar. For now, let's also use this drawing tool fab because this will be same. And first thing, let's create another version of this drawing tools card because in the compat screen we need this drawing tools card in the bottom, but in the non-compat window we need this drawing tools card in the vertical manner. So let's press Ctrl B on this. And first thing, let's rename this to drawing tools card horizontal and copy this function and paste it after it and rename this to drawing tool cards vertical. And here we just need to change few things. First thing, to show this drawing tools card in the vertical manner, we need the column instead of this row. And this will be a horizontal alignment. And next thing, instead of this lazy row, let's use lazy column. And again, we need to change these. First, this will be a vertical arrangement and this will be a horizontal alignment. And this will be all. So let's use this in the non-compat block. Let's copy this and use it here and change this to drawing tool card vertical, and this will be aligned to the top end. Now let's run our app and see how this is looking. And here is our app. So let me rotate the screen and we can see our drawing tool card is in the end of the screen and it is showing in the vertical manner. Now in the landscape mode, we can see the user experience will be better with this vertical drawing toolbar. And if we rotate back to portrait mode, and here is our toolbar in the bottom. So this is how we implement the adaptive layout. Now next thing, let's also run our desktop app. And here is our desktop app. And if we open the drawing tool card, and it will show vertically. And if I make this screen smaller, then we can see it has moved that drawing toolbar in the bottom. And our desktop apps screen is also adaptive. And next thing, let's also move that top bar in the starting of the screen in the non-compat screen. And few more changes I also need to do. First thing, instead of placing this more vertical icon on this screen and we have this menu bar, we will change this to simply place a hamburger icon. So when user will click on that icon in the desktop mode, a command palette will be open in the left side, and on the Android phone on the portrait mode, a navigation drawer will open where user can customize the path values like color, stroke and opacity. So let's change this. So let's go to our top bar by pressing Ctrl B. First thing, let's rename this to top bar horizontal. And here we need this home icon and this undo icon, and next this redo icon, and here we don't need this more vertical icon but a menu icon. Rename the content description to command palette and move this out of this box. Now we can remove this box from here. And don't delete this more option menu function because the code of this we will use in the future videos when we will implement the dashboard screen. And next thing, let's take a copy of this top bar function. First let's remove these also, and also these parameters, and duplicate it and change this to on menu icon click. And here we can just call our on menu icon click. And now we can make a copy of this function and duplicate it and rename this one to top bar vertical. And here only thing we need to change is, instead of this row, first we will use this column because we need this top bar on the vertical axis. And first we need this home icon, and after this we need this menu icon. So let's move this to here. Now we can use our top bar in the whiteboard screen and remove this and change this to on menu icon click, and make a copy of this and scroll down and here use. But instead of this horizontal we will use this vertical, and let's align this to top start. And let me run the desktop app. And here is our desktop app, and we can see the top bar is in the starting of the screen and the drawing toolbar is at the end of the screen. And if I make this window smaller, and this will shift the top bar and the drawing toolbar card differently. Next we need to update this, since we are going to implement that command palette where user can change the configuration of that path through that command palette. So we need to remove some of the drawing tools from this card, like these filled, rectangle, circle and triangle, and also these two toolbars, this dashed line and also these two-sided arrow. So for this, let's minimize it and go to our domain, model and drawing tool. First let's remove these three drawing tools and also this arrow two-sided and this line dotted. And next thing we need to change the names of these drawing tools. This we can simply name it line and do refactor, and this one to simply arrow, and all these without the name outline. And next thing, let's go to our compose resource where we are keeping the icons, and delete all those icons which we have deleted the drawing tool from here. And also rename these icons. And first let's rebuild our project. And we got some errors because we have changed the name of these icons. Here we can simply update the naming and remove these unused imports. And next thing, let's go to our view model, this whiteboard view model, and we got some errors also here, and we can remove these. Now next, go to our whiteboard screen, and we also get some errors here. These things we will manage in the next video. For now, let's just remove. Let's do the same for the current pass. And next thing, go to this drawing tools card And here few more things we need to update. First thing, these icons are little bit large. Let's make these icons smaller and change this to 20 dp, and same here. And also the padding we can change this to 5 dp, and the space in between these icons also 5 dp. And in our horizontal card, let's also update. And now we can run our app again. And we got some errors like this: can't convert these unknown value. This error is because we already have some values with the name rectangle outline, but right now in the new version of the code base we have deleted this value. So what we need to do, go to our app database and increase the version. So it will just drop all the data from the previous versions. And now we can run this again. And here is our app, and we can draw these. And now we have drawing toolbar with smaller icons, and we can see our adaptive layout is working perfectly fine. If I make this window smaller, then it will change this layout differently. Hey everyone, if you are finding this tutorial helpful, you will love my premium Udemy course where we will build Measuremate, a fitness app using Jetpack Compose. We go in depth on the Firebase authentication, Firestore, and more. Check out the course in the description and take your skills to the next level. See you there. Now let's do some code optimization of the previous video's code. So let's minimize this first and close all these files. And first go to our version catalog file. And here we need to update this coin version to 4.0.0. And we can remove this release candidate version because coin 4.0 is available. And next thing, we can remove this dependency coin Android X compose, and go to our build.gradle module level file and scroll up, and we can remove that same dependency from here also. And now sync our project, and it has been synced. So let's close these files. And next go to our common main package and here this di package. Right now what we are doing, we are keeping these repository dependency and this view model in a separate file. But let's create a new file and we will keep both these things at one place. The name shared module, and go to our view model module and take out this and paste it here. But it is importing that view model differently. So what we need is, let's also import this and paste it here. And now we can remove all these things from here. And same thing let's do with repository module. First get these imports, copy this, and now we can delete both these files and also remove from here. And next thing, this platform module, instead of this function we can use value. And let's also update the actual values. Go to our Android main package and di package and this platform module. Here we just need this val, and same let's do for desktop main. And here is our platform module. And next thing we need to update is first go to this desktop main and this data local get room database. And let's also open the same class from our Android main package. And here see these four functions we are using twice for both these platforms. So here what we can do, we can create a single function in our common main. So instead of using these functions twice, we can use these at one place. So for that, in our common main package, in the data package and local, here create one more function with the name get room database, and create a function with the same name. And what was the common between those two files? These database builder. We can see for both the platform, this database builder is different. So what we will do in this function, we will provide this database builder from the platform to this function, and on this builder we will use those, and we can cut from here and paste here. And also we can remove these functions from the desktop. Now next thing, we need to update these functions. So these function will return only the database builder. Let's copy this type and provide here. And let's also rename this file to get room database builder, and also rename the file name. So this will be our function for the desktop platform. And for Android, again we need to use this type for this function and put these two things on the separate line. And this will be the function for the Android platform. Again we need to update the name of this function get room database builder, and also the file name. So with the help of this coin, we will get the room database builder object, and we will use that object to create the room database object. In our shared module file, let's create another function with the name get room database. And we have this get room database function in our common main file, where it will get the builder from each of the platform, and on that builder we will use these four functions. So this is how we will use only the code in that Android main and desktop main package which are specific to that platform, and all the code which was duplicate earlier, we have placed that in the common main package at one place. And next thing, let's go to our repository, this path repository implementation, and here we are getting the database to this repository. So what we should do, here we should directly get the DAO instead of this database. So let's just update this to path DAO and update this here. And the coin will provide this path now, but we need to specify few things. Here we need to say single this get function of type app database. So first it will get the app database object, and we already have specified how this object will be created. And from that app database, coin will get the path DAO, and that path DAO coin will provide to this repository. And this was all the code optimization. Now let's run our app so we can make sure that everything works fine. And here is our desktop app and it is running fine. And let me also run the Android app. And here is our Android app and it is also working fine. And that's wrap for this video. We have successfully added an adaptive layout to our app and now it's ready to shine on any screen size. I hope this tutorial made things clearer for you and got you excited for what's next. In the next video, we are going to add something super cool, a command palette. This will let users modify path properties like stroke width, color, background and more. So definitely stay tuned for that. As always, drop your questions or suggestions in the comments and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next video.